Thank you very much, Sir Chris, mayong aga, our beloved Mayor, Mayor Bing, Congressman Greg, Councilors Inoy, Al Victor, Anne-Marie, Bart, and Israel, to our honored guest speaker, to all the department heads who are here with us, and everyone, every Bacolodnon who will be watching this program this morning online. Mayong aga, kag happy Independence Day to all of us. It is indeed my honor and my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker for this Independence Day celebration. One of the most important milestones in Philippine history is the declaration of our independence as a nation. It is a time to celebrate our heroes. Today, we celebrate Araw ng Kalayaan by celebrating our modern-day heroes. To paraphrase some lyrics from popular culture, there are some people who do not wear a cape or wield guns or bolos, but at a time when our world needs saving, they are our supermen and women. In a world ravaged by this unprecedented COVID-19 pandemic, our frontliners fighting this public health crisis are our superheroes. Our guest speaker this morning is one such modern-day hero. When I received by email this morning his professional and personal credentials that are 8 pages long, I had a very big problem on how to abbreviate the introduction without giving injustice to his accomplishments and contributions. Our guest speaker has worked with us throughout our dark days with COVID-19 and has been invaluable in planning and running many initiatives, responses, procedures, and activities in our fight against COVID-19, bringing with him his expertise, his experience, and skills. Our One Hospital Command Center program is the brainchild of our guest speaker. He is a surgery clinician, a fellow in not one but 5 specialties of expertise, which explains the 8 suffixes after his name in addition to junior. Actually, kulang na daw. Ginatanaw ko kagina 4 lang. But in reality, there are 8 suffixes after his name. He is a dedicated professor and training officer in surgery who has helped mold, mentor, and develop future doctors at the Colleges of Medicine of the University of St. La Salle, Bacolod, and the Adventist University of the Philippines in Cavite. He also trains young doctors in various surgical specialty residency training programs. He has lectured around the country and in Indonesia, Cambodia, Malaysia, and Thailand. He is also a researcher who has been involved in numerous studies in the field of medicine and surgery. He has been elected to numerous professional and civic groups and organizations, notably as president of the Philippine Society of General Surgeons and the Philippine College of Surgeons. He is also an active officer of the Rotary Club. He has been the Chief Executive Officer of the Adventist International Health System Philippines from July 2018 to April 2021. That is his latest appointment prior to the current one. He has recently been appointed as the Chief Executive Officer of Skir Memorial Adventist Hospital in Banepa, Nepal. So he will be leaving us very soon together with his family. He enjoys extreme sports like scuba diving and mountain climbing with his lovely wife, Dr. Joy mayong aga, and their 3 sons. He has scaled mountains here and abroad, Mount Apo, Mount Pulag, Mount Dulang-Dulang, Kitanglad Traverse, the Jade Mountain in Taiwan, and Mount Baldy in California, USA, as well as Mount Sinai in Egypt, among others, among many others. Walking, jogging, and running are part of his healthy lifestyle routine that keeps him fit at the age of 51, but he actually looks 31. He sums up his personal mission statement in these words: to lead a life founded in love. This is found in 1 John chapter 4, verse 8, characterized by principled yet compassionate dealings, magnanimous service, and making a difference, touching lives. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all please welcome and help me give a round of applause to our guest speaker for this Independence Day celebration, Dr. Hector Gentapanan Gallares Jr. Let's give him a round of applause, please.
Kakason ko lang ang apon nga mega cloud siya sa antipara kung magsige ko hambal. Anyway, more than 10 meters away ka mo, wala problema. Mayor Bing Leonardia, thank you for the invitation. Congressman Greg Sataya, Vice Mayor El Cid, our members of our August City Council who are here with us, our friends from the uniformed personnel from the Philippine Army and from the Philippine National Police, our department heads and executive assistants, friends, ladies and gentlemen, members from the media, maayong aga sa tanan. Madamo gyud nga salamat Ang sa introduction nga imo nga ginhatag sa nagapungko ko kag nagapamati, gahuna-huna ko sa akon kagalingon, amo na gali ang akon nga obituary kon someday at least nabatian ko na nga buhi pa ako. Hindi ko tigda mag-Ilonggo. I mean, I'm a son of Bacolod. I was born here in Adventist Medical Center, Bacolod. Hindi ko tigda mag-Ilonggo kung magdiskurso. And I know a lot of our friends are watching online. But please allow me to say this speech in English, even though I truly assure you I'm a true-blooded Ilonggo from Bacolod City. 123 years ago, General Emilio Aguinaldo raised the Philippine flag in Kawit, Cavite to declare our freedom and self-identity as a nation. Freedom from subjugation, freedom from oppression, and freedom from tyranny from our oppressors. Such a gesture of declaring our freedom and independence is not without pain, not without struggle, not without sweat and blood. It required a deep commitment, intense belief to a cause, and a unified perseverance. What we are celebrating today is a testament of those characteristics of our forefathers 123 years ago. The significance of today's celebration is not only our national independence and identity, but more importantly, the sterling character and the unwavering spirit of the Filipino people. Today, we are faced with a different kind of tormenting enemy. It has driven us to hide in our homes. It has wreaked havoc in our businesses and in our economy. It has even taken the lives of those who are close to us. It has affected our lives dramatically, putting us to always wear our mask, our face shield, and putting a barrier between each of us. On top of all of this, we cannot see the enemy. SARS-CoV-2, or more popularly known as the COVID-19 virus, is the enemy. Almost 15 months into this pandemic, experts in this field have formulated various strategies, developed, tried, and tested several medicines and vaccines, and has given us precautionary guidelines, or what is popularly known as our minimum health protocol. To date, the Bacolod COVID vaccination team has already dispensed more than 41,000 vaccines, of which 31,665 has received the first dose, and 9,400 has already finished their second dose of the vaccine. Likewise, we should also get adapted to the practice that face mask and face shield are already part of our routinary wear. Reviewing the data from the DOH Western Visayas, COVID-19 cases has started to rise again last April. The past week, we averaged at least 100 new cases per day. This challenge seems to be overwhelming. But I truly believe the same Filipino spirit that enabled General Emilio Aguinaldo to raise that Philippine flag 123 years ago, that same spirit of deep commitment, that same spirit of intense belief to a cause, and that same spirit of unified perseverance of the people of Bacolod will tide us through this ordeal, and we will all come out victorious. Wala kita mo kapalakpak. Let us not forget that each of us has a role to play. This is not just only the work of the government. It's not just only through government effort, but it calls for each individual effort and participation. First, observance to the minimum health protocol. Second, abide with government guidelines and ordinances. Third, get yourself vaccinated. And the fourth is build up your own health. Part of the armamentarium at our disposal against the COVID-19 are our internal soldiers in our body. These soldiers is known by many names. It's known as white blood cells, antibodies, natural killer cells, are all part and parcel of what is commonly known as our immune system. Our immune system is basically known as our internal armed forces, equivalent to the army that General Emilio Aguinaldo led so as to achieve our independence and our freedom. As a doctor, I have been usually asked this question, Doc, what shall I do to optimize or enhance my immune system? This is the fourth component in our fight against this COVID-19 virus. Since it is Independence Day today, and the theme of our Independence Day is kalayaan, freedom, diwa ng pagkakaisa at paghilom, we in Adventist Medical Center Bacolod has this advocacy on healthy lifestyle. And so, please allow me to share with you the 7 tips or guidelines on how to have a winning internal armed forces or immune system. The 7 tips that I'm going to share with you today stands for the 7 letters in the word freedom. F-R-E-E-D-O-M. Letter F stands for fluids. We are advised to drink at least 6 to 8 glasses of water per day. I say water, not beer, not any alcoholic beverages. You know, by the way, in the recent publication of Medscape News, less than a month ago, it's just out in May 24, 2021. The headline reads, the end of happy hour? Question mark. No safe level of alcohol for the brain. This study was done in Great Britain. Using the UK Biobank, the researchers evaluated the brain health on the basis of structural and functional brain MRI of 25,378 adults. Participants provided the details of their alcohol intake. According to Anya Tupiwala of the University of Oxford in United Kingdom, this is one of the largest studies of alcohol and brain health to date. What is the conclusion? According to her, the conclusion of the study is there is no safe amount of alcohol consumption for the brain. Even moderate drinking adversely affects brain structure and function. I remember several times in various executive orders issued by the mayor's office regarding our quarantine protocol, which also includes the liquor ban. Well, after all, there is a scientific basis for that. Letter R, it stands for rest. We are advised to sleep at least 6 to 8 hours per day. The time of sleep should coincide with our natural pattern, or what is known as our circadian rhythm. Awake by day, awake and working by day, and asleep and resting by night. That is the natural order of restoration of our cellular functions and life. Letter E. Letter E stands for exercise. Even just a 30-minute exercise per day, it does wonders to our body. Walking, calisthenics, Zumba, biking, skipping rope, and other non-contact sports will get your internal organs work like a well-oiled machine, enhancing the production of soldier cells in our immune system. Exercise also stimulates the release of our natural endorphins, also known as our feel-good hormone. This is the scientific basis to what is commonly known as the runner's high. It gives you a feeling of well-being. It erases the stress that brings your immune system down. In my line of administrative work, stress is all around me. No matter what stress relieving technique I use, like for example compartmentalization or any other mental defense mechanism, stress will continue to reveal its ugly head. Jogging and walking has helped me keep stress at bay. The second E, what is the second E? Second E stands for environment. What in the environment is there to help in our immune system? Fellow Bacolodnon, there is sunshine and there is air. Vitamin D is crucial for the optimal functioning of our immune system. A 30-minute exposure to the early morning sun will provide you 20,000 to 30,000 international units of vitamin D. Aside from that, 30 minutes exposure to the sun will help reduce the risk of respiratory tract infection by 30 to 70%. What about air? Scientific studies in Japan have shown that forest bathing, what is forest bathing? That is inhaling the air that comes from the forest or coming from the trees, is known to increase the level of natural killer cells in our body. These cells are a major component in our innate immune system. That is because forest air has what we call the component phytoncides. Phytoncides, when inhaled, stimulate the production of cells in our immune system. So you see, if we combine the concepts of these two E, exercise and environment, you will realize that an early morning walk or jog will give you the benefits of sunlight, fresh air, and exercise. The next letter for me is the most important of the healthy lifestyle that will optimize our immune system. letter D. Letter D stands for divine help. You see, all other concepts in freedom health that each for this letter stands will be for nothing without the help of our Almighty God. I believe this concept is universal. It cuts across all religions and spiritual beliefs. Whether you're a Christian, a Muslim, a Jew, a Hindu, a Buddhist, or any other spiritual belief, we realize that there is a higher supreme being that can help us accomplish those things that we, humanly speaking, can only do so much. There is no other time that we would need divine help than now. Our collective prayers, the same prayer that Councilor Novero has said this morning, are so essential not only for our personal healing, but for the healing of our city and our nation as a whole. On the basis of science, it has been found out that prayer, you see, prayer is the exercise that connects us to our God. Prayer, when we pray, it lights up the brain as shown in SPECT scans. Meaning, prayer helps us relieve our stresses. At the same time, prayer benefits our mental well-being. Letter O, outlook. Outlook refers to our mental health, our outlook in life, our perception of things, events, and circumstances. If you always think negatively, I assure you, sickness will always be your companion. But if your outlook is positive, sickness will not stay around you. Hence, there is truth to the saying that says, laughter is the best medicine because it is free and it is fun. Therefore, I enjoin you that our outlook should veer on the positive side. We obey protocols and adopt a happy and grateful attitude. The last letter in Freedom Health is letter M. Letter M stands for our meal. What food do you nourish your body with? Food is the fuel for our body. If we own a car, we usually refer to the manufacturer's manual to see what kind of fuel we should pump into our vehicle. Is it going to be gas or is it going to be diesel? We cannot just simply substitute the fuel, otherwise our car will not run optimally. Same as with our body. I believe that we have been created by God, and likewise, the same God who created us has prescribed for us the proper fuel that we should put into our body. And so, let us refer to the manufacturer's manual found in Genesis chapter 1, verse 29, and I quote, "Then God said, I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. This, they will be your food." Fruits, grains, nuts, and vegetables are our prescribed food way back from the beginning. When we look for evidence for the benefits of this kind of food, just simply scroll down to chapter 5 of that manufacturer's manual in Genesis chapter 5, and you will see there the list of people with hundreds of years in their lifespan. Even Dan Buettner of National Geographic, when he researched and wrote the book entitled Blue Zone, it's available in National Bookstore. Blue Zones, the place in the world where you find a high conglomeration of centenarians, people who are living up to 100 years. He discovered that among the dietary practice of centenarians in Loma Linda, California, this is a community of Adventists, they follow the original diet plan. And so, my dear fellow Bacolodnons, Freedom Health. F for fluids, R for rest, E exercise, environment, divine health. Your outlook should be positive, and your meal is our way to better health, lifestyle, and our way to have an optimal immune system to help us fight the unseen enemy, which is our COVID-19 that plagues our city. As we enjoy today the freedom brought about by the sacrifices and efforts of our forefathers, let us also practice freedom health in our daily lifestyle, so we will become victorious against the malady of this pandemic and likewise enjoy freedom from COVID-19 virus. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas on its 123rd Independence Day celebration. Happy Independence and Freedom Day to all of you. Maayong aga sa tanan.
Thank you very much. Shall we give a big round of applause to our guest speaker, Dr. Hector G. Gallares Jr. We would like